one of the owners that was affected by the nuisance property ordinance. I'm going to try to get her on the phone.
The owner of this property?
She was one of the heirs. It's owned by several heirs of the original owner, which is her great-great-grandfather. So she was one of the heirs, and she'll tell you her story. I can get her.
Hello.
Hi, Adrienne. Okay, we are ready for you now. We're at the meeting, and we have some people here that are ready to hear your story. So you can just tell your experience.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Adrienne Thomasson. The great Adrienne Thomasson. And I am talking about the property of 29 Kennedy Street. I had been the Texas on this land and being on the city. Upon him before him being sick, I had me and him both had things among us in this property. And usually we can come in and just mow it and see that sick. And so I ended up having to take care of him during his sickness. And so the yard still needed to be mowed. So I called the city and asked how much they charge to come out and mow the property. And they quoted me like $1,000 or so to mow the property. And I was like, well, it doesn't still need to be cleaned up, but I'm still working on it. I just want to know exactly how much to charge to come in and mow it. They were still like $1,000. And I was like, thank you. So in the meantime, I was also trying to work on getting a loan to get some work done to the property. And I ran into stumbling blocks because the property is still in my great-grandfather's name. And the loan people will want it in just one person's name, so I was trying to get in contact with people, get them to sign the property over where it will be in my name, because I have plans on taking the property and using it as like a memorial for my aunt. And take.
We've lost power up. Our phones told us up near Save-A-Lot, so but our power's been restored up there.
Adrienne? Adrienne.
Yes.
Power went out over here.
Continue telling us.
Well,
Just bring the phone to the middle here.
can you still hear it, John?
Yeah, just stand here and we'll pick up best as we can.
Okay, all right. We'll keep going. Right here?
That's fine.
Okay, Adrienne, go ahead.
Okay. And I was going to use this also for headquarters for Jewel High School reunion so that they could use it since the other building had caught on fire and they had torn it down. And it was kind of my vision to just extend it out since this was her home. She grew up there, and I had pictures of her at the house before it was remodeled when her father was still living. And I had pictures of her and her father out in the yard at the house, and I want to kind of display those up in the house. And the city just seemed to be giving me a very hard time because the more I worked harder to comply with what they wanted by securing the house, I had secured it by putting big plywood up to both front windows, going in the inside of the house and nailing the door up from the inside and securing the back of the house. And I was still getting calls from them saying, I needed to secure the house. I'm like, I secured the house. And then I get a picture from them and the front door is busting open and I'm like calling them and I'm like, look, you're making me spend more money, but you're not going out to make sure that people are not breaking into the house. I said, that's making me spend more money that I don't have. I've already took a little bit of a loan out to get the things to secure the house. And now you're saying I need to secure it again. And I'm like, is there no way that somebody can just patrol the street and make sure people aren't going into the house? And I don't know who went in, I'm not sure who broke the front door down, but it had to be somebody using something real powerful because I had like the longest possible nails you could find nailed all the way around the door. And it was just heartbreaking because then they sent me a picture and they're tore the house down and I'm like, oh my God, I just felt like, I told them I just felt like I'm fighting a losing battle with y'all because you're not willing to give at all. And so it's just been disturbing. The whole thing's just been disturbing. And so I'm like, after calling a couple of times, talking to people, I was just like, I don't know what to do. I said, I've tried to do a homestead loan. They told me I couldn't do that because it probably wasn't in my name. And so it's just everything after me spending all this money and people steady going in on top of the roof of the house and taking things, and I was just like, I think I'm just done. I said, I'm fighting a losing battle with the city.
What condition was the house in?
The condition of the house is on the outside of the house. You would never think anything was wrong with the house because it was still in good condition. I mean, I was like, why do I just need to clean the property up? The house was fine. It was not falling in. The roof was not falling in. The house was not leaning. I'm like, what is the deal? Why do you just want to why did you just tear the house down? If it needed just yard work, why you just didn't mow? I had over half of the yard cleaned up where it was just able to just go in and mow and come back out. And they just tore it down.
Did you get any notice before they tore it down? Did you get a notice?
I don't remember getting a notice from them that they were tearing the house down.
And then after they tore it down, did you get a notice that they torn it down and how much it cost to tear it down?
I didn't get anything from them saying how much it cost, how much they were charging to do it. I didn't get anything. The next thing I know, I got something in the mail and the house is gone.
Who sent that to you?
The city sent it to me.
That it was gone?
They sent me a picture
Of the empty lot?
I needed to come and clean the property up, and I'm like, you done tore the house down.
Wow.
It was just devastating. I'm like, even my sister went there and she called me. She said they didn't tear the house down. I'm like, what? And she was flabbergasted about it. And I was like, yeah, they sent me something in the mail about, which was just a couple of weeks had passed. And so I'm telling her about it, and she's devastated. And so then I had to go and tell all of the other family members so that they would go, or somebody else there would go and tell them. And so I was like, oh. And then my cousin called. He was trying to want to do something with the property, and I told him the house wasn't there, and he was like, what? I was like, yeah. He had tried to plan on doing something, I guess, with the reunion too. And so it's just been something that's just been devastating because this house has been in the family for 87 years.
87 years.
They are deeply
You have a question
sorry.
for her?
I just want to tell her how sorry.
Oh, you can come over and tell her.
I just want you to know that we are so sorry that this has happened to you. And
Okay.
no elected official that we vote for would we ever expect to act in this manner.
Thank you.
Do you live here in town, or do I need to get him to come on? Do you live here in the city of Monticello?
No, ma'am, I do not. I am currently in Connecticut because I have a special needs child that I'm raising, and I came way up here to give him better help.
I understand.
But within the next year, I hopefully plan on being back in Arkansas staying.
Well, we're just so sorry this happened. I know it was devastating.
Yes, yes.
Well, Adrienne, we want to thank you for taking time to talk with us. God bless you, and we'll be speaking with you soon.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.